Hello, Victoria. We want to hear from you. How was your experience about having dental treatment with Dr. Alvarez-Carrera at Dental Implant Center?
It was wonderful. I can't begin to tell you how wonderful it was, what an experience. When I started out, knowing that I had a full year ahead of all this dental work, I was a little concerned, but the whole thing went so smoothly. And just to kind of tell you, I needed, as you know, a full mouth restoration, and I had put it off for many years, and everything just started to get worse. You know, my teeth were very loose, and the doctor had told me, he said my teeth were like piano keys. That's how loose they were. And I had gone to a number of dentists in San Diego area where I'm from, and had consultations, and I just was not ready to do it with them for a number of reasons, because there were so many. One doctor was going to do the oral surgery, and another doctor was going to do implants, and another doctor was going to do something else, and I didn't have a plan. And I thought, I can't do this, and plus the cost was really out of my reach in the States. And so what I did is I thought, well, in fact my next door neighbor was one who she goes to a dentist down here in Tijuana, and she had suggested that I go down and look into dentistry down there. So after doing more research on the internet and trying to gain as much knowledge as possible, I decided I was ready to go ahead and talk to some doctors down in Tijuana. So I did. And I went to 4 different doctors, and none of them met the qualifications that I felt they should. None of them were able to give me what I was looking for. And finally, the last one I went to, and I found him on the internet, because I was told in San Diego by a doctor, he said, I needed a prosthodontist. He said that's very important because there was so much to do in my mouth. And so when I was researching on the internet, I happened to put in prosthodontist in Tijuana, and Dr. Alvarez-Carrera, his name came up, and that's how I found him. So anyway, after going through his website and reading testimonials on there, and checking him out, as a matter of fact, Dr. Alvarez-Carrera is a clinical professor. He was a clinical professor at Loma Linda University, and it was in the Center of Prosthodontistry as well as implant dentistry. So he was very, very, very qualified. And I checked it out, and sure enough, he was right there. His photo was on the roster of physicians. Anyway, so I made an appointment, and I went to his office, and I was just amazed at the office, because the clinic, it's like anything you would find in the United States, and it would put some dentists to shame in our own country. So he's very good. He has state-of-art in all of his equipment, and everything's very clean and pristine. Anyway, they gave me an oral exam and took x-rays and gave me impressions and so forth. And I had said that I needed to have a plan, something which would show me what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, the time frame, and also how much it was going to cost me. So in about a week to 10 days, I got just that, only I got not just one, I got 3, which was wonderful, because it gave me 3 different options, 3 different price points, 3 different time frames, and then after that I was able to pick what suited me best. And so I went back down to the clinic and met with the doctor, and we talked, and he explained each one of the different options and what it meant to me and so forth. And that is when I made up my mind that what option I was going to go, and that this man was the one who was going to do it for me. And I have not been unhappy. I would recommend the doctor to anyone. He is wonderful. His whole staff is wonderful. Anyway, from there, I'll smile for you all. See, I haven't smiled in 15 years maybe. I've talked for years with my mouth like this, trying to cover up my teeth because they were such a mess. And so now I'm just living a whole new life. But just to tell you what happened with me, just to tell you what took place, I had a total mouth restoration. And it was approximately 1 year. We're short a year of about a month and a half, I think it is. So everything went just according to the way it was scheduled and planned. And the doctor, first he removed all my upper teeth. And I had told him, I said, in my business, I have to have teeth. I can't go without teeth. And so he said, okay. So he, after removing all my uppers, and I also had bone implants up above, and then he put in 4 immediate loaded implants in the front of my mouth, and then put on a temporary bridge. So I never, at any time, was I without teeth, which was a godsend because I'm in front of the public a lot with my business. I have a retail store, and I just couldn't be toothless. And so anyway, we went through, he did that, and then I had a sinus lift on top of that. This was so many months later. And then I had 8 implants done up top. And while all of this was healing, we started on my lower jaw. And he removed teeth on my lower, and also put in bone grafts, and gave me temporaries on my lower front, so again I wouldn't be without teeth. And then when all that healed, then we had what's called the uncovery, and he put in
healing abutments.
Healing abutments, and then from there I ended up with my permanents. But during all of this that I went through, and you know, it really was a lot what I went through, but none of it was painful to me. It was amazing. I thought before I went through all this surgery and all, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a lot of pain, and I'm going to be out of work and so forth. The most time I was off was 4 days, which is, I think, wonderful. But I attribute all of this to the fact that he is such a fine surgeon. He is such a fine, fine dentist that when he does surgery on you, however he does it, his knowledge is so vast that it's gentle, you heal, and you don't have a lot of pain and problems. So it was amazing. My reconstruction journey right now is to its end. I have a few little things I have to do, but it's been a breeze, something that I had put off because of fear, which only caused me more problems, was a breeze. And I would recommend him to anybody out there who has any kind of dental problem. I don't care what it is, even if it's just something minor. Come here, because he's wonderful, and so is his staff. You know, something I forgot to mention is the transportation down here. It has been a breeze. As I said, I live in I live North County in Solana Beach area. And I buzz down here, I park on the other side of the border, get a cab, come over to the office, which is in a really nice area. It's in one of the nicest areas of Tijuana. It's right on a golf course, so it's a very safe area. And then when I'm ready to leave, they call me, Berta always calls me a cab, and I go back to the border and I'm home, and it's never been a problem. And I've never ever once have I felt threatened or uncomfortable down here. And you know, I get a big kick out of people because I have a friend, and I was telling her about my dental experience and all, and she was saying, aren't you afraid to go down there? And I said, no, why? And she said, oh, all you hear. And I said, that's crazy. It's not, you know, everybody makes such a deal about it on the news, but it really isn't the case down here. And so I just want everyone out there to know that it is safe. Don't worry, just come in and be comfortable and happy. So, and I would, under, you know, all conditions, I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would come, if I had to go through this again, I would be here in a heartbeat, because this is you're treated so well, and it's not that only you're treated well, but you are getting the finest dental procedures that you could get anywhere in the world, I think.
Well, we want to thank you for your beautiful comments, and I'm sure somebody out there doing research on the internet will appreciate your comments as well.
Thank you, and thank you for my smile. I'm so happy.